What's going on, people? CP3, live from the lab. Week 17, Redskins, Broncos, 21-7 victory. It might have been another score, I can't remember. I've been drinking. We're going to go ahead and bring in Big Hurt in the link. And this is a victory Monday. Redskins did what we spoke about. My bad, Big Hurt. Let me bring you back in. Let's do the side. I forgot to go live side by side. That's my fault. I forgot you can't switch up. So, Hurt, I'm going to invite you again. This time I'm not going to turn the camera. Like I just said, I've been drinking. Hurt, go ahead and send me another invite and we can try this again, man. I don't know why I was drinking so much during this game. We talked about at halftime what they needed to do to win. Luckily, they did that. Ran the ball, stayed consistent, made some good plays on offense, and made some more plays on defense. Bryan Kerrigan playing lights out. As y'all heard, double-digit sacks for the second time back-to-back. First time back-to-back, excuse me. All right, let me bring Hurt on this time to get this thing right. All right. Bryan Kerrigan playing well. Gillette getting more snaps, playing well. I saw him lined up on the right side some this early in the game. Bryan Kerrigan wasn't there. They had Smith and Gillette rushing. So it was good to see him getting some more snaps, getting pressure. He didn't get the sacks, but he was collapsing the pocket, making his presence felt, and made Austin Wilder uncomfortable most of the game. What's going on, Hurt? Glad to have you back for the post game. My bad on doing the split screen, man. Like I've been drinking, man. You know how it is.
Nah. It's all good. It's all good. And you know, it's
so. What do you take from this second half?
It's sad. It's really, really sad that this is what. Whoops. I messed my screen up this time. It's sad that this is what, as Redskins fans, we have to be excited about. We had to be excited about a meaningless victory over a meaningless team at a meaningless point in the season, which really is at the point now where it starts messing us up because it's messing up our draft picks and all that good stuff. But it's a sad state of affairs. I liked double-edged sword with the coaching today. I liked that Jay was switching it up because Jay's thing is, I'm running the ball on first down. I don't care who knows. But today, he wasn't even going play action, passing on first down. And you can see it was messing Denver up. They're like, oh, what are you doing? You're supposed to run the ball on first down. Everybody knows you do this. And he switched up. He was passing on first down. He was much more liberal with the playbook, lots of different variations of plays. There were a couple of passing plays, not running plays, but passing plays I saw him go back to. Like, both of Crowder's receptions were on the same two passes. It was on the same out and up slant, middle of the field, and he's catching it in stride and then going for another 10 or 15 yards. Both of Crowder's catches, same play. So, you know, it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, that's working. Let's go back to it. The only thing it was, at the end of the game, instead of running the ball to run it out, he was passing the ball. And I think, like, for me, the conspiracy theorist in me is saying that was happening so he could point to this game and go, see, we won the game by passing, not running. And it was like, whatever. A win is a win is a win.
I agree. But once again, this goes to what you said last week. It always comes down to his job being on the line or the media dogging him for him to make these adjustments and coach like a NFL coach and use NFL philosophies. Why does it take that for him to have to be talked about being on the hot seat and possibly losing his job, for him to realize that this is what wins football games? Yes, he adjusted. Yes, he did stick with the run. But there were too many occasions where we should have been running when we were still passing. And that first quarter, I don't care what he says at the end of the game. Yeah, we won the game by passing. That first quarter and the first half of last week and the whole game the week before, the offense was horrible. Look, couldn't get out of his own way. I now understand you have backup linemen there. But then that's why you go to 2 and 3 tight end sets. Now, he was using the tight end, 2 tight end set early. It wasn't really working. I saw that, granted. But when he went to the 3 tight end set, when we got the turnover the first time, boom, 2 rushes, play action pass, touchdown. But then get a turnover on the exact next play, and he decides to go 3 and 4 wide receiver. And it's just, you say you admire it for him going against the trend and bucking. Excuse me, and bucking it. It's to me, it's frustrating because to me, if he kept things simple, it will help this team progress further than having to continue to beat their head against the wall. And then at the end of the year, when the season is lost, oh, now you're going to decide to call, a decent game plan and actually use football 101 to game plan a game. I just don't get it.
Jay Gruden is on the balance. He's on the balance between not caring what the media says and doing the opposite of what the media says. If he goes into the media room and they go, you threw that fade a couple times, it didn't work, he's going to come back in the next week and throw the fade 3 more times. And then when it hits, he's going to strut back in there and go, hey, you like that fade, right? Or, you guys wanted me to do this and that I did it and it didn't work. Or you guys want me to do it this way. And that's how he is. He doesn't like the media. And maybe it's the jump from Cincinnati media market where, if True Radio Network was in Cincinnati, we'd have full access press passes. You know what I'm saying? To Cincinnati Bengals games. To come into D.C., where there are top 10 accredited press places that have to apply for the press pass and put a huge down payment to get it because, they don't play around. So when they get in there, they're looking for a story. They're looking for something to say. It's a huge market. I think he was a little starstruck by it, and he never liked it. He's like, you know what? This ain't for me. He comes out there. He says what he has to say, but he doesn't really care. He doesn't care what anyone says. And there's a part of me who appreciates that, and there's a part of me that goes, people are telling you that we win the majority of games where we run the ball for a reason. People are telling you that we don't have receivers for that fade for a reason. People are telling you the wrong people are blocking and the wrong people are catching in those screen passes for a reason. But today, he really just called plays where a lot of people can get open, and he let the players do what they do. Now, Kirk started off pretty bad. High throws, high and behind, in the ground. And then he started coming on point. And I was really disappointed in how many drops Josh had. Josh had a lot of drops. The first one, I'm like, okay, that was a little high. Second one hit him dead in his chest. Third one hit him in the hands. Fourth one hit him in the hands. Then for him to catch that long one and dancing to the end zone, I'm like, dude, you've been dropping passes all day. I don't know why you're dancing in the end zone.
Yeah, he had a rough first half. I was disappointed in that one that he should have had in the end zone. But, Rev, I see you. We can only do 2 people at a time. I'm going to get to you in a second. But Josh, it was good to see him make up for the drop earlier. But, yeah, he has to make those plays. But the offense has been so inconsistent lately. Really, no one has been able to get into a rhythm. We had Jamison Crowder with the game a couple of weeks ago. We had 2 back-to-back turnovers and was dropping everything. It was it's just been inconsistent all year long on the offense, and I don't want to just make this a Jay bitch fest. I'm a defensive guy, so I got to shout out the defense, man. The defense has been balling big time, even with injuries, losing players left and right. And we mentioned Ziggy Hood going down right before half, the healthiest lineman all season we'd have had. And when I saw the play, I already knew it looked like it was a fractured arm, so he's probably gone for the last game. But after that play, after that play, the defense turned it up. Kerrigan started getting going. Gillette was getting pressure. Preston Smith finally showed up and got a sack late. You know, the back end, Harvey Clemens was out there balling. Fuller was out there getting deflections. You know, Josh was out there doing it. Demarius Thomas, you didn't even hear him call his name except for them saying, where has he been all day? Granted, they didn't have Sanders or their number 2, but it was good to see the defense, you know, even lose another man and have all these rookies out there and backups in there and still able to make an impact and affect this game and make Ossenwaller uncomfortable. We know back in the day, you know, a lot of folks forget we had a 0-11 streak against rookie quarterbacks and second-year quarterbacks because they would come in and make us look foolish. So at least, you know, now we're putting away teams and making those backup quarterbacks and second-year quarterbacks look like truly what they are. So when folks say they don't see progress and see things changing and laugh at Bruce or get mad at Bruce for saying winning off the field, you got to look at the progress. You can't just get caught up in what you hear on NFL Network or the anonymous sources and all that BS. You got to take a step back and look where they've come from in this 4 to 5 year span. Unfortunately, you have to credit Jay with that because he's been here, but there has been a culture change and there is progress in the organization. Unfortunately, it's not at the pace or we haven't got rid of all the distractions like we want, but there is progress with this franchise.
Absolutely. You know, one of my problems when we talk about progress, I see, you know, we're getting a better core of players, especially the defense. A lot of people don't agree, but the best thing Bruce could have done was to save the money on Deshaun and Pierre and upgrade that defense. You know, DJ came through today. Our depth is showing on the defense. Like, that's the kind of team that we need. We need more balance. It can't just be all offense. We need a team that's going to hold the offense of the other team in check while our offense gets it going. And that's what our defense today got. Takeaways, got stops, 3 and outs, just gave the offense time to stay in rhythm. And the offense really wasn't giving them time to rest, but they still held tight. And the only problem I have when we talk about progression is we go from 9-7 making the playoffs to 9-7 not making the playoffs to 8-7-1, and now at best 8-8. So when you talk about the progression on the field, you have to talk about what's happening as far as us not winning these crucial games. Now, granted, the teams we lost to, all but 1 or 2 of them is either a lock for the playoff, in the playoff hunt, division winner, division leaders, you know, and even a couple teams we've beaten. The Rams just clinched the AFC West, you know, and that just shows the difference that a coach can make. So I think it's important for Jay that this team finishes strong at 8-8. I think it keeps them safe, and we get another year of continuity and to see what Jay looks like with a different quarterback.
Yeah, that's definitely been a topic I've been discussing with a lot of fans lately because we spoke about probably now this is going to be the 3rd week in a row, the Kurt situation. For those that didn't tune in or don't know, Hurt has already made his feelings known on what's going to happen with the Kurt situation. I've made my feelings known about what's going to happen with the Kurt situation. So we're going to address the elephant in the room one more time since it's only one more game that Kurt is going to be in a Redskins uniform. Kirk Cousins is not going to sign here long term. They're going to put the transition tag on him. He's going to end up in, I say, Jacksonville because the state income tax thing I think is going to be a real bonus for him to keep that extra coin for that guaranteed money. They have a good defense. They have a soft division. Hurt went all over this last week. Y'all can go back and check it out. I'm not going to go over it all over again. But I mentioned earlier about the transition tag. Now, the long game is if they already know that Kurt isn't going to be here, by putting the transition tag, then you're going to get 2 – what isn't it 2 first-round picks, Hurt, or is it 1 first round and 1 second?
The transition, I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly what the transition is. The 2 first-round picks is the non-exclusive the non-exclusive franchise tag. But that's not what they're going to put on. They're going to put a transition tag. And even then, there's still going to be some negotiation. But I think if it were up to Kirk Cousins, he would make sure we're in a position where we don't get anything for him. I wouldn't be surprised. This isn't coming from anybody. I wouldn't be surprised if Kirk took the transition tag and refused to negotiate just so the Redskins couldn't get anything for him.
If he goes that petty, wherever he goes.
And honestly, I don't think all of the petty is about the Redskins. I mean, I think a lot of it is, but hey, Tavar, I'm sorry, Tavar, I'm not going anywhere. Sorry. I think some of it's about the Redskins, but I think a lot of it has more to do with the franchise tag in general and the way the franchise tag has been used. The franchise tag has been used to hold players back. It's been used against players who deserve long-term deals, and owners are transition tagging them and franchise tagging them, and then they get hurt and they can't whatever. So I think Kirk's like, you know what? I'm in a position where the franchise tag is not working against me; it's working against you. I'm going to make you pay for it, and I'm going to make everybody else understand what the problem is with this tag. And they might have to rewrite these rules as far as the franchise tag. Don't be surprised if next year, when the collective bargaining agreement is over, the players don't want to revisit the way franchise tagging is done.
No doubt, no doubt. When we saying the first two rounders, that's the transition that comes from the league, not from the other team. If someone gets taken up and they're on that tag, the league compensates you for that, not the other team gives them first rounders for him. Please understand the football if you're going to chime in and, with your 2 cents. Please, that's why we're here trying to break it down. So, hey, Hurt, you going to be around for a little bit. Rev T, he chomping to get on, man. Can I bring him on and bring you back? Because he want to respond
if you bring him, you
can
bring him on, but I'm going to go ahead and step. So I'll catch you on later on.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to holler at you later on, man. All right, be easy. Let me get him off. Try to bring on Rev. See how this goes. First time trying to switch up in the middle of a broadcast. Looked like Rev and stepped off. Well, the transition tag, the joint that the transition tag franchise to go forward and make things happen. So I'm just saying that it only makes sense. So got to get something for him. He's been here, cultivated it, made it work. Unfortunately, he's not going to be here, and we got to move forward and do something. All right, Rev, you said you here. Try to come back on again and see if I can get you on. All right, let's see if I can get you on this time.
You got me now?
Yeah, I got you. What's going on, Rev?
Hold on. Oh, Tannenbaum. Oh, Tannenbaum. I love your pretty branches. Can y'all see me? You know I'm from the darkness tribe, Carol. Darkness, baby, yeah. But listen here, though. Big hurt, no problem. Sorry I hurt your feelings, big dog. But see, when Rev come to town, it's a lot of things that go down. And let's talk about this thing about Kirk Cousins and the franchise taggy and the dingy and the that. Listen, all that was a bunch of bullshit. Sorry. At the end of the day, y'all, let's talk about this. Let's stop acting like Kirk Cousins some money hungry, he about the money type quarterback. Now, I know Kirk Cousins got flaws, and all mans do. And what man don't love money in the world? But you talking about a man that was driving around in a bucket after he had money in his pocket. So to say, oh, Kirk Cousins is going to do this and take, man, you just talking to be talking. Sorry, Big Hurt. And if you want to talk about it, I got a place for you to do it. It's called the Sports Revival. But at the end of the day, though, all that shediggity about in the shediggity vein that Kirk Cousins some money-hungry quarterback, Kirk Cousins worried about the damn money, they already done paid Kirk Cousins the money. See, what y'all forget and what y'all don't understand and what y'all fail to realize, why Kirk Cousins hurt, why Kirk Cousins feel some type of way, why y'all just saw Kirk Cousins might play his last game at FedEx Field, why Sunday up in New York might be the last game for Kirk Cousins in the Washington Redskins uniform, is because the organization, not the players in the locker room.
We done lost Rev. Caught him right in the middle of his sentence. I don't know what he was going to break down next, but I see opposite. When his father comes out and said the Redskins could have paid him as much money in the world to be here, he wouldn't be here. So that bridge was burnt a long time ago. Try to bring Rev back in. He must have lost his feed. We lost him. I'm going to bring in Robbie real quick. And then we try to get Rev back on, see if he having difficulty with his feed.
I just wanted to show you where I'm watching you from, Carol. I jumped out for a second. I love
Texas.
being able to talk Redskins and watch Redskins stuff from you while I'm in a beach full of Cowboys fans behind me. So I just wanted to say what's up. I love what Rev T was saying. I agree with what Hurt was saying too, and I think that you guys have made a lot of great points. But I just wanted to say, hail to the Redskins. I'm happy that they were able to win. I was repping my Redskins stuff here in the middle of Texas, as I always have to. But I wanted to just tell you how much I appreciate all your breakdowns so far. But I'll let you get back to Rev T. Hopefully he can get back on. But I just wanted to give you a shout-out.
All right, man. Happy holidays, man. Tell the fan what's up, and I'll holler at you soon, man.
Yeah, have a good Christmas, man.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, let me try to get Rev back on. Let's see. Yeah, Robbie, he down in Texas with the fam, enjoying the holidays. All right, we got Rev back. All right, we got you back, Rev.
Right. But like what I was saying was, though, Kirk Cousins ain't that money hungry, I need the money type quarterback. Before I receiver for another show had called me. But what I was trying to say is, if a man don't feel loved, if a woman don't feel loved, if a child, a baby don't feel love, do you think they want to be around you?
Hey, man, I see it differently. I see it as when he got drafted. When they asked him, how does he feel coming to the Redskins? He was like, he don't know why they drafted him.
Right.
Drafted RG3. And that was before any of the other controversy came out. So he already has that chip on the shoulder mentality because he wasn't scouted. He wasn't a scholarship guy. He had this scrap at Michigan State. And then he gets drafted in the 4th round behind a quarterback that couldn't read defenses, that was a flash in the pan. It's not even in the league right now. So this cold was already festering before any of the other stuff was going.
Yes. And people want to talk about, you know, let's be real, Carol, and people on Sports on the Hill podcast, let's be real. A lot of people wanted to see Kirk Cousins fail at the jump from game 1. They wanted to see him fail just to say that he's not better than RG3. But this not me running my mouth saying it. 3 seasons in a row, 25 damn touchdowns, less than 12 interceptions. Where you gonna find that at? Be careful. I know other people want to get on. I'm not gonna hog the mic, Carol. I'm not gonna do that. And Big Hurt, don't be so much in your feelings, man. You know, love somebody on Christmas. But what I'm trying to say is, though, Carol, at the end of the day, some of y'all better be real careful what you wishing for. Some of y'all better be real careful what you putting out in the atmosphere if you call yourself a true Redskin fan. Because if you think your ass been waiting before to see the Redskins win the championship, let Kirk Cousins leave up out of here after this season. And guess what you gonna find? You gonna find yourself sitting at the dock of the bay wasting time for another 2 to 3, 5 years. Y'all know who this is. At the Real Rev T, at Sports Revival, Mountaintop Network Radio DMV, where the people's voice can be heard. Carol Porter, Robbie Raw. Man, I love y'all so much. God bless y'all. God bless your people. Happy holiday. Feliz Navidad. Hold on, I've been watching some Bruce Lee's movies. Kenichi, I could never walk. Some shit like, something like that. You know what it is, though. Hey, but love somebody, though. Hey, man, I got some cigars I got to go fill up. Hey, man, hold on. March with me. I'm Mark. I'm Mark. Hey, man, I love you so much, Carol, man. Keep doing you, brother. I support you, brother. I support you.
All right, Rev, I'll holler at you, man.
So
appreciate
much, man.
Wrap some more offline, man.
I appreciate you, man. Happy holiday, y'all.
Man.
Y'all follow my brothers. Y'all follow my
back.
brothers. They doing good things over here. I love them so much.
All right, man. Appreciate it. You have a Merry Christmas, man.
All right, love you, Chang.
All right, man. Later. Damn, Hurt said he wanted to get Hurt back on. Where'd he go? There we go. All right, about to bring Hurt back on. There you go. What's going on, Hurt? Back in the building. He says that he doesn't feel Hurt is a money-grubbing type of person, which I totally disagree. I broke down with the draft when he first said he still feels that we're wrong. So what do you feel about that,
Well,
Hurt?
first of all, it's cute that you brought somebody on who says the exact same thing I said last week, just louder, and then the Redskin silk robe. That's cute. But the truth of the matter is, it's not about money. It's about the principle. Kirk Cousins is going to get what he's owed, what he's worth. It's not about him, like the dude said, and like I've said plenty of times. Kirk Cousins has a van. Kirk Cousins lives with his parents. It's not about the money. But that doesn't mean that we need to sign him to a $15, $16, $17 million deal. You know, I mean, I know it's not yelling and screaming and, oh, my God, is it not a $16 but it's not a $16, $17 million deal. Tannehill's getting $22 million a year. Andrew Luck's getting that money. You can't pay him less than Tannehill. So he's going to be owed that money. Now, when I say he's going to make the Redskins pay, I don't mean he's going to make them pay money-wise. He's going to make them pay for not signing him to a 3-year deal like they could have. 3 years, $45 million. They could have did that in 2016, either one, and they didn't do it. So Kirk's going to make them pay. Now, my personal opinion was always, yeah, Kendall, I know it's true. It's just not, whatever. My personal opinion was always the Redskins eventually will put a team together so good that Kirk would look and go, I just can't leave. But I've got it from somebody with better knowledge of the situation than me or anybody on this thread that Kirk's just not going to sign with the Redskins no matter what. That point that I brought up last year was further backed up by Kirk Cousins' own father, who said that even if the Redskins had given him the biggest deal in NFL history, he still wasn't going to sign. So that's just what it is. I mean, nothing we have seen from Kirk Cousins has shown us any different. He didn't put any counter offer. So, and he can come out and say it's not about money, but the truth of the matter is it wasn't about money. If his father says he wouldn't have signed the biggest deal in NFL history, then it's not about money. But, until you know exactly why Kirk Cousins isn't going to sign, it's not really why anybody can speak on it.
Yeah, I'm just tired of the whole situation. I'm just ready for it to be over. Some resolution if he's here, yay. If he's not,
I hope he is.
move.
I mean,
Yeah,
it would be better for the team because, you know, who are you going to get? Alex Smith?
Well, that's the thing I was thinking with the transition. At least they get
Osweiler?
and they can package it and try to move up and get. I don't like, you know, I don't follow college, so I've heard some dude, Baker, somebody or something. Maybe they could package a deal and move up. Who knows? I don't know. But they have to know that Kurt isn't going to sign here. So I'm hoping and praying that they have some contingency plan beyond Colt McCoy for 1 year.
Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy's not a QB of the future. Colt McCoy's not a QB of the future.
Exactly.
So
I don't know where we're going to stand after this. A lot of folks are optimistic and think that he's going to sign and telling us we're wrong. I hope I am wrong.
You know what?
Let
me stop you. Let me just say right here. Rev T, whatever. I don't know what you're going by. I've never heard of you. If you want to discuss it with me, it can be found on the best Redskins coverage this side of the Mississippi. That's Hurt's House every Wednesday, True Radio Network. You come talk to me at 8 p.m. on Wednesday Eastern. I'll get in touch with you. You get in touch with me. I'll carve you out all the time you want. And you can come talk to me about it. Just make sure you have your facts straight. And don't assume that you know how I feel about Kirk Cousins, because the only thing you proved in that last rant was two things. Number one, your road matches your Christmas tree. And number two, you don't really know my position on Kirk. Don't need to talk to you now. Talk to you on Wednesday.
Well, things and got a got a nice Redskin exchange going with two diehard Redskins personalities that have their own show. And we look like we're in the process of setting up a square off forum. Maybe I have to be the middleman, and maybe have to put up a square off on the two opinions and see what really happens. That's a new development that's just occurred, and we might have to capitalize on this. We stay tuned for more on that developing story. But after this game hurt going into New York, last game of the year, New Year's Eve, tickets going for $14 on StubHub. Giants always get a team a fit. Even though they played them tough, we beat them here. We know how the Redskins fare up there. What's the chances of the Redskins being 8-8 at the end of this season with a win in New York next week?
I think it's pretty good. I gotta be perfectly honest, man. Like, this team has proven they can beat just about anybody whenever they want to. It's all about how they prepare during the week. It's all about how they go into New York, the mindset. They clearly aren't the mindset of a team who's like, well, the season's over. What do we have to play for? That's clearly not them. So if this team shows up next week, I see a competitive game, a close game, but I think the Redskins can beat the Giants. Kirk Cousins is on his way up. Eli's on his way down. That's that.
I feel you. I kind of see the same thing. It's just always going to New York, with it possibly being Eli's last game. They always get some type of emotional push and find a way to give the Redskins a hard time or even beat them. Going back to when the Redskins were on a roll and their owner died and they came out and bust the Redskins' ass up there. And it's just they always find a way. So I'm hoping for the same thing, but we can always wait and see. End of the year, most players on IR, so I'm hoping for a victory, but at least we got a victory Monday for Christmas. And I don't even know what else to go on, Hurt. This game was satisfying, even though it started out kind of rough. It was still satisfying to see them find a way to win, especially on the defensive end.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back, do the video highlights, post those. I'm probably going to do an end-of-the-year review for the season and recap. So stay on the lookout for that.
I'm just glad. I'm really glad Kirk turned the game around because I saw the way he started and he was throwing high, he was throwing behind. I was like, man, all we need is for all the people to come out here and be like, see, he's not worth the money. I'm really glad he turned it around. And, like, I was watching the threads, like, all that talk, just as it started to creep out, it got shut down and it never came back. So I'm really glad that he finished the game strong. And I'd like to see him finish the season that much stronger because the only way this works, the only way him leaving without everybody wanting Dan and Bruce's head, which is going to happen anyway, the only way it's going to stop it is if they make him a respectable offer. They make him the $125 million offer. They had to make it. They had to make that offer to him. They make that offer to him, and then he turns it down or he doesn't do a rebuttal. Then people will be able to live with him leaving, and we can move on as a fan base. I'm sick of hearing about Kurt. I'm sick of hearing about the RG3 attachment. I think it's almost time for a fresh start. If we're not going to get Kurt and Jay to a 3 or 4 year deal where we get to let them grow and develop together with no distractions, less injuries, and all the resources they need to win, then it's time to just go ahead and let them go and blow the whole thing up. And all the fans who say, we don't need Kurt, they get to find out exactly what they're asking for.
No doubt, no doubt. Like I say, I've never said I wanted Kurt gone. If that's the way folks take it, then I've never said that. I've become a Kurt fan. I was a Kurt doubter before. To me, he's proved that he is a top quarterback. And I say, if they can, like you say, at least offer him the money. If he turns it down, it is what it is. You got to at least offer it to him. And if he walks away from it, you can at least say you did and then move on from there. But I'm also tired of it too, man. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off. I know some more games with playoff implications that folks probably want to get into. I'm about to, like I say, go ahead and look at the game again, do the highlight video, have it out hopefully by tonight, if not first thing in the morning. And are you I know we're taking off the next 2 weeks. Are you going on Wednesday?
I'm 50-50. I might go on Wednesday. I'm really thinking about it. But I don't know. I'm 50-50. I'll probably flip a coin Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning and decide what I want to do. It really depends on what's up with the family and all this other stuff. And, we'll see what's what. There's not really much to cover until the season's over anyway. That's when all the fun starts. So if I'm going to take a week off, it might as well be this and not New Year's.
And that's when I tune to you for the Redskins talk, and we'll be focused on the hockey and the basketball and getting ready for baseball. And we'll check you out for all the Redskins news at Redskins Park. And that's where I get all my info from in the offseason since you do the great coverage in the offseason also.
Well, shoot, y'all getting ready to get started because, once Redskins season is over, I'm listening to y'all for, spring training, hockey, basketball, and all that good stuff. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's one thing about the True Radio Network, fam. We got every base covered and always do, and it's just going to get better. That's why we always say stay tuned for so much more. The True Radio Network takeover is upon us, and if you don't know about us, you're about to hear about us. But, Hurt, as always, appreciate you coming on. Glad you were able to come back on and just had that nice debate. We're going to see if we can get something.
I had to set Mason 97 shiny suit puff. I had to set him straight, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can get him on Hurt's house so we can, really get it popping.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can get something set up. I see there's a lot of animosity between you two that I had no idea about.
I don't have animosity. I know when people start name calling it's because they run out of facts, and I don't. I mean, he's not even sure about my stance on Kirk Cousins. He made, he was like, oh, you lying about this and that. He said the same thing I said last week, so he doesn't really know what he's talking about. But what I always do in those situations, I give him a chance. I tell him what my actual position is. I set him straight, and then you find out when the rhetoric stops, you can usually have a good conversation. That person actually knows what they're talking about.
All right, well, we're going to see if we can get something set up to have y'all debate it out and have y'all opinions known and see what we can do, get some interesting radio going.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm about to go ahead and bounce. Y'all go ahead and have a good night. Everybody get ready to spend time with the kids. Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. Stay tuned. I'll probably do some Facebook Lives during the week since we won't be going on tomorrow. We're taking a holiday break. You saw Robbie's down in Texas on the beach, relaxing with the fam. I'm working. Yeah.
If Robbie's not scuba diving, you know what I'm saying? He's sitting on the beach somewhere or something. Robbie's in those exotic places, sitting in those videos. I want to see some more underwater videos, Robbie.
I heard. I'll get up with you, man. I'll holler at you later on, bro. You have a Merry Christmas. I'll get up with you.
Hail to the Redskins. Hail to the Redskins! Or whatever the fuck it was, man. I'll catch y'all later.
All right, man. Later. All right. Y'all easy. Sports of the Hill podcast, True Radio Network, DC Sports Other Politics, True Radio Network, take over the partners. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Y'all be easy, stay blessed, and be safe. All right, later.